Hi guys, welcome back to another Matchbox Garage video. It's been a few years. I guess I can come on to that another time, but instead of doing any toy car restoration today, we find ourselves with a T5 transporter that I've just picked up. It needs work. I'm going to be doing some work, and I just thought that actually it might be worthwhile putting onto the Matchbox Garage channel. In a way, I think that what I was doing on the Matchbox Garage channel is kind of like this car, and I think it fits the vibe of it. As you can see, this one is pretty rough, to say the least. It has done 277,000 miles. It's the 1.9 PD TDI engine. This one, as you can see here, Transporter T28 TDI, is the 104 horsepower model. It has 20-inch curbed alloys, which looked really good. They're quite an expensive alloy for these trucks, and it's actually got a really good Uniroyal tyre. I myself have curbed the hell out of this one. I bought this van a couple of days ago. I'm actually really angry about that wheel, but if I come closer, actually there's a lip, and I need to put like a plastic guard or something on there. So any kind of suggestions, I'm all ears. I have no idea about these vans. I don't know anything about them. This one has had or started the T6 front end, so it has the T6 bonnet, which is in primer. Obviously the T6 wings in white. This van was an originally white van. Has still the original T5 mirrors, so there's a piece missing here that I need to try and locate. Of course, it's got the T6 front grille, bumper and headlights. Alright, so actually this side has this piece, but this is for a T5, so as you can see I need to get the T6 version. Originally just a bog standard 3 up front white van, has now the glass on the side, plus of course the glass in the rear. I'm guessing, although I'm not 100% confident, but it may be that those are replacement rear doors. But this paint is rolled on. I don't think it's Raptor liner, but it is rolled on, and it's a terrible job. You can kind of see, if I show you really up close, the quality of the job, which is really very, very low. Quick look inside kind of confirms really the previous white van that it used to be. 3 up front. Like I say, I've just bought this 2 days ago. Haven't really driven it, but some multitask wipes and some degreaser. Just kind of touching this thing, I'm just getting dirty. But having a look at good old-fashioned window wipe, what they called window winders. There's some bits, and I mean, you can kind of see down there, it's just really grubby. Bits and pieces. If anyone could tell me what this maybe is or was, it could be something that I need to think about replacing at some point. Who knows? The stereo didn't come with one, and I've just come from a place from Facebook sales, and yes, that is upside down. The reason being is because it does have a subwoofer and amplifier in the back, so I wanted to plug in the RCA cables, but it was the actual RCA is really tight at the back here, and the output for the RCA is on this side of the stereo, so I can't actually, would you believe, run it the other way around. So I have ordered some extension, RCA extension leads. I did just go to a Halfords to pick up, you know, some extension, but they just literally had nothing. I was really disappointed with what they had on offer, or lack of. Things like this, you can just see really grubby, and I mean, it's still got cigarette ash, which is really gross. I'm a non-smoker. That's kind of this side. I'll before we go into the back, I'm going to have a quick look from the driver's side. A bit sticky, you know, with the open and close, I find. A couple of modifications from this side. You can kind of see we've got a screw missing. We're doing well here. This goes on, but it keeps falling off. Some strange bits in there. I don't know what that is. Some grub down there, and a skateboarding wheel. I think that's actually pretty cool. Coming into the driver's seat, it is pretty rank. And then from the driver's perspective, yeah, what's that? 277,000 miles. It's Saturday, currently 2:45. Smells a mixture of old grease, this stance thing, plus fag ash. So yeah, quite the combination. More confirmation of smoker, plus I don't even want to touch that, a blade. I don't understand what that means. Actually, I'll start it up for you. This is just a little video of introduction. So, glow light goes out, and then so straight away you can actually see here the fuel gauge doesn't work. I've put £100 worth of diesel in, and yeah, it should be full, but actually still doesn't work. It has a light there for, I'm guessing it's the airbag from this steering wheel. I don't know. It did also have this thing on, because the steering wheel was a bit grubby, but I actually prefer the grubby steering wheel, would you believe, than one of those things. So that's just been thrown on the floor for now. Here's my upside down stereo again. Some other bits and pieces in the glove compartment. Doesn't really have much history to it, apart from the previous owner that only had it for about 6 months, so I understand. Has done a oil change, but I'll do an oil change myself, as I always would in a new car. Couple of trim bits missing. Has been trimmed in like this kind of black Alcantara. That side is still with the previous owner, and I will get it back, as are the window visors. But the top has been kind of felted there, which looks quite nice. And just seeing that, I'm hoping that I will get the old side bit there as well. But I think for now that's pretty much the front of the vehicle. Let's pull the old lever. We'll have a look under the hood as well in a second. But this originally, of course, was a standard white van, and today it has a nice rug, wooden flooring. you know, the I have a balls and bag, and this is actually one of the big reasons why Matchbox Garage hasn't been in action for years, is because I become a football coach, and I just didn't have the time to do everything in life. This is what they call a rock and roll bed, I think. Some trim pieces missing around the back there. We've got an amp and subwoofer, which sounds pretty good, and some wiring there looking really mean. This is about as thick as my wrist. It's but yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty good, as you can imagine. But oh, again, you know, you can kind of see the quality in the paint, really, or should I say lack of. Looking into the back here, little trim. That's the rock and roll bed. Would you believe, I've still not even. Oh, it has curtains, but you know, curtains have been put in like alongside all of this grub. This is what really I'm going to be getting on with today. Just cleaning all this mess up. You know, I just can't have all that. You know, it's gross. It really is gross. I mean, there should be something along here. I'm hoping to get that. Otherwise, I'll have to purchase. I've not even had a look in. I don't even know what that is. I guess I'm gonna go through this and figure out what is here, what is not here, you know, and so on. But some rust actually on this back door. You can see just underneath the paint here and there. I guess I could get a replacement just off to this side, but it was such a cheap van that I also don't want to spend too much. You know, I want it to be clean and tidy. I can't see it with my eyes, but if I lift you up the top here, and what you should have seen is the guy who painted this in black missed a large portion of the roof, which I can see actually from my bedroom window, but not in the car itself. But yeah, some further real nice paint job. Actually, the previous person wasn't the one to paint it. It was previous to him, and the previous guy started to rub it down a little bit, I think with the idea to perhaps wrap it, which is an idea. I mean, I don't have the skill or the intelligence or even probably the money to do that. So my intention is to bedliner it again, but just this time much better, at least give it a go. Let's have a look underneath the bonnet here. How do I undo this? Yeah, and that's the old PD in there, 1.9, 104 horsepower. I don't know how many left, but yeah, very grubby, as you can see there. Just, covered in grease and grime and dirt, and I'm guessing there is the oil filter housing. Supposedly that was replaced recently. Doesn't look to have been disturbed, so more reason to actually replace it myself. The old box is gone, air box, replacing with a filter here. It sounds alright actually. I probably will keep that, but I'm seeing some naughty rust in the corner there, which I didn't see before. It has just gone through its MOT, so it's that was a non-advisory. What else can I see in here? So I can see the cable for the speaker system there. That is one large fuse, and then I don't know about that wire work down at the bottom there, looks a little bit ropey, might need to redo that. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to open this up because I have been driving around today, but it's almost like quite pink, the coolant, so maybe that has been replaced recently. Of course, this is a brand new bonnet, but you know, with a grubby old latch, why not clean it up? So anyway, this is my new, to me, old banger of a T5, and I'm hoping that there'll be some interest to watch it being transformed. I mean, it's not going to be transformed into some kind of show van, just improved, better than what it sits today, which I don't think really. I mean, I could clean the steering wheel and it's just going to be so much better, so much nicer. So actually, I wonder if there are any, I guess, people in the know. One thing to ask is, it's lost its fifth gear. Supposedly, when I went to go and view the car for the first time, on the way to the meeting point, the fifth gear just dropped out whilst on the motorway, and it now feels a bit funky. Like, you know, see up, you know, that kind of stays over. That stays over. If I pull up to go into reverse, for example, this part stays up, and I can pull it back and try and go into first, and that stays up, and it just goes back into reverse again. I have to like pull it down to get myself back into first, and then it goes, you know, second, drives fine, third, fourth, drives fine, but fifth, when it goes into fifth, which it will go into fifth, but it's almost like that is neutral. Yeah, you know, it just revs out, nothing. There's no grinding. There's, you know, everything seems fine. It's almost like, you know, fifth is another neutral. It's odd. So if anyone does have any kind of recommendation for that, then I'm all ears. But anyway, guys, it's yeah, it's like I say, it's been a few years. It feels good to. I don't want to say I'm back. You know, Matchbox Garage is back. That's kind of maybe a bit too much to consider, but you know, I'm documenting the, I don't know, the improvements of this van, let's just say that, and hopefully there's a few people that, you know, used to follow me in the past that will have an interest to follow on with this one. But I appreciate as well if you don't, you know, because you were there for the cars and the cars only, you know, the Matchbox, the Hot Wheels, etc. But yeah, for anyone that does stick around, or anyone new, you know, welcome along. And I'm looking forward to how this one's going to progress really over the coming weeks, months, and even years. So anyway, cheers guys.